Hi, welcome to Inner Alchemist Tarot, Taurus. This is for the first part of April, and also for whenever you come into this reading, it also applies. Thank you, Spirit, so much for these messages. They're about to come forward for Taurus and the rising sign. Now, if Taurus isn't your rising sign and you know it, check out the other videos, and it'll give you a little bit more accuracy on the reading for you for the first part of April, or and again, whenever you come into the reading. The cards have been cut and pre-shuffled with your energies. I'm going to warm them up as I go along here. Okay, this is a general reading. So put the pieces where they go. Take the messages as they come to you, as you see fit. And some of them may be very specific to you. So may you be doing well, Taurus. Let's see what we have. This is the secret language of light. I'm going to draw one card from this deck, and it's going to act as an overseer card. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Let's get my description up here. Okay, so what do we have for Taurus here, Spirit? And we have joy. Look at that. Breathe that beautiful energy in. That's beautiful. The Star of David, or you could say the pentacle, but it's also the Merkaba field, which is our light body space vehicle. One triangle down, one triangle up, so it's the masculine and feminine energy that spins counterclockwise to each other. Depending on where your frequency at, it spins either fast or slow. I'm getting a high pitch in my left ear. That's beautiful. Messages coming through here. Okay, so joy. Let's see what this has to say here. Joy is number 27. Okay, joy. Discover what you love. Discover what you love. If a thought does not give you joy, then search for one that does. Thank that thought for showing you where you don't feel joyful, and then reach for a pleasing thought. You can empower yourself by choosing joyful thoughts. You will disempower yourself by choosing sad thoughts. What will you choose today? There's almost always something to make you feel at ease in every situation. It is up to you to find that. Try reaching for a joyous thought right now. Look around your house at what gives you joy. Turn toward the joy in your life. If you can't find it outside, go within and create joy. Turn towards the joy in your life. Yeah, if you can't find it outside, go within and create inner joy. It is not always the easiest thing to do. However, it is one of the most worthwhile things you can do for your physical and mental well-being. Open your heart to allow blissful inspiration to direct your actions, and you will give without expectation. Joy is your natural state of being. Now is the time to honor it. And that is absolutely beautiful. We talk quite a bit about this on this channel too. This is what the whole channel is about. Is you create your own reality by how you think and feel, and we have a guidance system of emotions that brings us all the way down to depression, despair, all the way up to content, happy, satisfied, and joy, and everything in the middle. We're always trying to move up the emotional scale. So joy is our happiest and the most in alignment, in tuned with our higher self, which is always in pure positive energy. It's us humans here, and we are an extension, and this is duality, where it's a growth time to have this experience, to expand ourselves, to expand creation, and that's why we're here. We're here to expand. We're here to have a joyful life. And we weren't ever taught this. I mean, unless you grew up in a family that did share this with you, most of humanity doesn't understand this. So what a beautiful card, Taurus, for this to come into your sphere. We are going to be moving into your sun sign here on April 20th, so around that time. And we'll talk more about this in the second half of April reading. But yeah, it's your time where it's like you're getting close to your new year birth. It's a brand new year for you, really. That's where New Year's really begins, right? They say now at this time of year for the collective, but as a sun sign, your time is coming up here. This is the Light Seer Tarot, and I'm going to draw a few cards here, and then I'm going to draw some clarifier cards. See what we're looking at. Wow, pair. Right away. Look at this. Amazing. All right. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so we have the Queen of Wands, King of Wands, Queen of Swords, Knight of Swords, and then we have the Knight of Pentacles. So we do have a pair on the table here. You know, there's that balancing of polarities. The wands are the action, passion energies, Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. We are in Aries right now, the sun sign. The Queen of Wands is all about joy. I love it because it's almost like the colors, too, are very in sync with each other. So, yeah, she's a magical manifester. And you see a little bit closer, you can see that, but all the candles are lit up, all the manifestations. She's got her cat right here. I always think with this particular deck, it looks like my cat, Ellie. But yeah, so she's got the light coming out of her hand, and she's got the wand up in the air as above, so below, and she's in joy. She literally is such a great, you know, she's magnetic. She's beautiful. And she lets her light shine, and she can really, really manifest. So can the King of Wands too. He's a master of building his, you know, castle, leading others. You know, it's the entrepreneur. It's also the serendipity card. So again, you got the match here, right next to each other coming in. The lion behind him, and beautiful energies. But we're going to get a clarifier for this Queen of Wands before we move forward. The Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is a card where she's done a lot. So you've manifested, basically, what you need for things. I mean, waiting around. See the moon phases there? For things to manifest. She's looking over at the Queen of Wands here. And the Pentacles being your energy is Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. And so it's coming. You know, she's looking and manifesting and seeing the evidence of it. You know, it's kind of like no more waiting. No more waiting. I love it. All the candles are lit, and she's holding the candle in her hand too. So 8, 9, and 10 in numerology is moving on to completion. So you've done the work, basically. You've done the work, and now it's time. Now it's time to you know, sit in that mastery. What's this King of Wands, Spirit? Death and rebirth. So there's an ending to a cycle here, and there's a beginning of something brand new. This is Scorpio energy. The Death card comes in. It's a beautiful energy, so it's a big energy because, again, it's transformation. So something's taking place here where you're ending a cycle where you were waiting around. I mean, you know, we're still in the Mercury retrograde. When that happens, it rules communication. That's big because all of humanity, that's how we move. That's how everything is moving, through communication. So when that happens, things tend to slow down. It doesn't feel like you can move forward. But that's going to go direct in the end of the first week of April. So that being said, it's going to give you a new start, too, to move forward with things. Let's move a little bit further and see what's happening here. We're going to move a little bit deeper into this reading, see what we're looking at. The Queen of Swords, she speaks the truth. She's a truth speaker. You know, She doesn't wear her heart on her sleeve. She's very connected to her emotions, right? She's got her sensitivity, but she's logical. She's again, great communicator, and, you know, speaks the truth when it needs to be said. Who or what is this Queen of Swords? Might be somebody around you. We have the Ace of Swords. Look at that. That's beautiful. Yeah, oh, there's higher. You got the king, you get the big higher court cards here. You know, the king, the queens, the king, the queen here. Yeah, and maybe that's it right here. So you finished up on your manifestation and it's coming to fruition. There's an end to a cycle and a beginning of something brand new. And you have some major clarity coming in mentally from your higher mind. And that's exactly what that means. Fibonacci sequence. She's receiving downloads. Aces are gifts from spirit, meaning it's a brand new beginning of mental clarity. And she's faced this way. The Queen of Swords is. So being able to really step into your ability to express yourself, again, with your heart, clear, in a logical way. Knight of Swords is a fast-moving knight. That's really quick energy. What's this Knight of Swords? Seven of Swords. You know, Seven of Swords can sometimes mean that there's deception going on, thievery of some sort. But I feel like this with this Knight of Swords is that you're doing it undercover the moonlight here. Spirit's always watching your true intentions. You're doing something kind of secretly, and you're not telling many people what is happening here with this, which is ultimately leading to your Knight of Pentacles. It's Virgo energy. It's a slow moving energy. He's grounded. You see he's got no shoes on and his feet on the ground, and he's off his horse carrying those pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is a very beautiful energy because the knights bring something in. The Knight of Pentacles is bringing in, it could be a job coming in. It could be a new, again, because you have this Death Rebirth card, a new way of approaching your business, approaching work, approaching your finances, whatever, you know, that relates to. The pentacle energy is usually around that. So something's coming in, and it has to do with the quick, fast movement of you doing something here that's kind of like a hush-hush energy. But remember that joy card. This is important. Because when you're in that joy energy, a lot of things manifest, and fast. That's alignment. Okay, I'm going to draw from the ancestor deck here, and we all have guardians, protectors, ancestors, spirit guides, entourage assisting us, helping us, co-creating, I'd like to say more. But this is for the energy for Taurus, for the group, and for the first part of April. And let's see what guardians coming in here for you. Shaolin Master. Be graceful in movement and action. And I feel like that's beautiful because, thank you, Spirit, because that's great. Because again, we were saying about this, and then with that Knight of Pentacles, ultimately, you know, this being graceful in movement and action is coming in. So this Shaolin Master, that energetics are coming in to assist you. Look at the praying mantis. And you might want to look up the energy of the praying mantis too. What is my spirit? Animal.com is a great website to check out. And that'll give you a little bit more details on what the praying mantis energy is all about. But yeah, being your graceful in movement and action. So, and that's exactly it. Perhaps that is why that you're moving just so with the energies for the first part of April. So that, yeah, it's more graceful for you, more comfortable for you, which makes sense. Okay, a few more oracles here. We're going to finish up. Imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. And that's exactly it here with this Ace of Swords, because that's what it is. The imagination, imagine, you're receiving ideas from your higher mind. The brain doesn't come up with them. When we get ideas or hunches and nudges, we're getting a download. That's exactly what's happening here with that from the Ace of Swords here. And that's what the imagination essentially is, an image in. So you're embracing and nourishing that, especially with this joy. Being in that emotional joy, you're able to be in that receptive mode to receive the creative aspects. Acceptance. I'm learning to accept the things I cannot change. And change the things you can. That's really big. This purple energy has a lot to do with the third eye energy. Again, being in the imagination, being able to be open and intuitive to the messages coming forward to you. Look at another purple, trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Look at that. And that's another reiteration of what we were saying too. All this purple, look at that. And it really has a lot to do with the third eye frequency. So having it open so you're able to receive the messages. And that's exactly what this trust card is saying. I accept my inner voice will always guide me correctly. So it's easing off, and we are like our worst critics, and we tend to be so down on ourselves. So it's just being gentle with the self, easing off, and allowing the higher part of ourselves to really step up to plate and be open to receive messages, and knowing that we're not alone. Oh gosh, no, not at all. Embrace and nourish these key words, and nourish yourself. Take care of yourself. Be gentle with the self. Love the self. There's so much here for you, Taurus. Absolutely beautiful for the first part of April. Thank you, Spirit, so much for these messages. Thank you, Taurus, for being here, subscribing, and liking the channel, sharing the video and all that. And until next time, many blessings on your journey. I appreciate you. Thank you.